Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Bharat Talks. Today we have a very special topic for you. It was actually a viewer suggestion. We got an email about Iran. All right, Iran is a fascinating topic because Iran has seen the rise and fall of many empires. And today we are about to discuss the situation of Iran and how Iran got to Iran from Persia. So, Mr. B with the white earphones, can you elaborate more on this?
Yeah. So before we start, so we need to know where Iran is, right? So Iran is a country situated to the west of India. It borders our beloved neighbor Pakistan, and it is formerly known as the Persia. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about Iran, the rise and fall of many empires. We'll not go into much history because the history of Iran is very long. But it was formerly known as the Persia, and many of you guys have played already Prince of Persia. So you will be knowing that. And
No, what do you think? Our viewers are not that old.
yes, we have young viewers, young India watching
They,
us.
they know Smriti Irani, education minister.
But like some people will know Prince of Persia.
Hopefully there are old people in
Hmm.
the.
So before we start, right? The viewers need to know that Iran was the home to a religion called Zoroastrianism. Like it is one of the oldest religions in our world, and but after Arab conquest and Muslim conquest, the religion had a decline, and most of the people, followers of Zoroastrianism, migrated to India. Some of them are still left there, but that is like a handful of people. So we'll try to understand and why it happened, why this migration happened, and what led to this the fall of this Zoroastrianism empire. Now, before we start, the brief history is that around the 7th century AD, so the Arab Muslims annexed this. Yeah. They attacked the formerly state of Persia around the 7th century. And that time, the Iran was being ruled, or the Persia was being ruled by the Caesarean Empire. So they got
Was it
defeated.
an official attack, or was it like like loot and plunder kind of attack?
No, it was like
No, it was an official attack. They wanted to because the neighbor of Iran, if you see, they were all Muslim majority countries. So they wanted
it was a religious attack.
It was a religious attack, yes, you can say. And the Caesarean Empire, though there was disintegration already going on, the Caesarean Empire was coming down eventually. So it was at its weakest point when the Arab armies attacked the Caesarean Empire. And in the Battle of Al-Qasida, they got defeated. And that's how the rise of Islam started in Persia or Iran, you can say, the modern Iran, you can say. So now we will try to explore one of the questions, right? Like what were the major factors that led to this Islamization of Iran? So if an army attacks another army of people, an army loses. But how come such a country, Iran is a huge country, first of all, and how there's so much of its population in a brief, like in a relatively shorter amount of time, they all got converted to Islam. Why it happened that? Like what were the major factors? We'll try to discuss. Okay. So first, I'll try to ask my comrade brother today who is there. So what do you think? Is the universal appeal of Islam played a picture here? What do you think?
I think some might be, but it's not entirely true. Mostly it was done at the edge of the sword, I guess. The Zoroastrian, those people, I did not have any option to like either to give up their life or to accept Islam. That was their only option. So they had to flee and they came to India. Or else why would they flee their own homeland? Nobody does that. Only when you have to face death, you do that. So that was the scene. But still, there are still pockets of Zoroastrianism. Like the current Iranian regime, they had a deal with the Zoroastrianists, and that if they even convert a single person, they'll destroy them completely. They'll decimate them. So, yeah, you from that statement you can see the nature of Islam, how it has been in the region, and how it has progressed further into India like that. So yeah, okay.
So my follow-back question to my member A. Okay. So what do you think? Is the monotheistic nature of Islam played a part? like they would convince the people that okay, you are bordered by countries which are Muslim countries, so a feeling of ummah came into the picture, like there will be better trade, better social justice. Were this promised?
So, are you asking this to comrade or me?
No, I am asking this to you.
You know, the thing is, when a person converts to a religion, there are multiple factors. One of the factors is convenience, right? When you are faced with an external enemy that is always up on your ass, that wants to destroy you and all those things, and when you see that conversion is a quick way out of it, the thing is when a huge bunch of people convert altogether, they don't totally leave their culture behind. And the Persian influence, or the, let's say, Zoroastrian influence of that was so strong, like they celebrate Nowruz, right? The Persian New Year, they still celebrate in Iran, being Shiite Muslims.
And they follow a strict version of Sharia also, but still they celebrate.
Yeah, and they also hold on to other cultural aspects of Zoroastrianism. So I think one of the things was convenience, and the other thing that generally happens, let's say in Rome, when mass conversions happened to Christianity, the thing was the emperor got converted, and then seeing the emperor, other people followed. So I think it was also a trickle down like that from the top to the bottom. I mean, the rulers, the new rulers, let's say after the fall of the empire, the new rulers was Islam. The new ruling religion was Islam. So the people who wanted favors from that, from the ruler, they obviously converted. You can call them the local lords, local rulers, and all those local prominent people. To curry favors, they converted. And then to please those people, the other normal people converted. I mean, that also can play a part. I mean,
It's a chain effect. I mean,
yeah, somewhat feared, somewhat,
chain reaction.
yeah, it's a chain reaction, somewhat feared, somewhat convenience. All those factors might have played a part. But the thing is, they did not leave behind their culture. They still, follow their culture.
Like I want to add a point here. So like they were in whatever a script we see in Urdu, that's called Arabic script, the style from
Yeah.
which we write from left to, right to left that we write. But when the Arab conquest generally happened throughout the world, in Iran it happened that it replaced the script, but it did not replace the language.
Yeah.
So it's still called Perso-Arabic script. It's not only Arabic script. So
Their language is completely different. Their script is the same, but their language is completely different. It's
yeah.
So you are saying that they're still holding on to the Persian culture. Maybe they have left their religion behind, but they still follow certain aspects of the Zoroastrian culture.
very much. If you go and call a Persian, if you go and call an Iranian Arab, they are just going to get so angry on you.
Okay.
I guess they wanted to stay different. That's why they chose Shia. Only Iran and the region of Persia is like the only.
No, I mean, that's one factor, and another factor is, the influence of the reason for being Shia, right? Islam came so early to Iran. There was still that debate going on: who should be the successor of their prophet, right? Some believed that their closest kin should be the successor, and some believed that a military general should be. The most worthy or the most powerful person should be. And so I think that debate was fresh when Islam entered Persia. So they chose that.
Okay. I also think that the other major cause that happened to the rise of Islam is that the jizya. I think the Arab armies, the Arab rulers imposed jizya on the local people. Now, if you get an opportunity for the people who can get some tax reforms just because of your religion, many people will conveniently choose it, right?
Exactly. If you do not have to pay taxes just to pray in a different style,
Right.
some normal people will do that. Even now, people are not ideologically strong. You are going to get one or two people out of 100 people who are going to be very much dedicated to their religion. The other people will choose convenience over that. So yeah, that is also a big factor.
Okay. So let's discuss the next question, right? So what has been the lasting impact of Islam on now the present day Iran? But like for example, the legal system, the educational system, how has it impacted?
Do you want to go, Mr. A? Or
Any one of you?
You can see how it is going. The present Iran is a menace to the whole area. Yeah, one thing is quite interesting is that it is challenging the US authority in the area, because the US authority, or let's say the Saudi authority, both are all tied together. That's one authority. And to the Israeli authority, of course.
they are challenging the Western powers in the Gulf.
Yeah. But the thing is, the way they are challenging, they are acting like China over there. They are propping up so many proxies in the
I mean,
area.
they are worse than China because their economy is not as good. Their people are suffering.
Their people are suffering. Their modern generation do not like what is happening. So,
What I see as a lasting impact is that, first of all, they have implemented Sharia throughout their country. We know what happened to that girl, right, who was wearing that hijab, right? And it is as per reports that many people.
Amini or something.
Yes,
Masa Amini,
yes.
right?
Masa Amini, right?
Yeah.
So it is reported, it is not backed under strict data, right, that many people in Iran are living Islam because of this. They are protesting.
Officially, they can't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Officially, they can't, but the normal people, not the ruling class, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And what I also feel the lasting impact is that there is no democracy in Iran that we know. But what they have done is that they have introduced a kind of a theocratic governance. Like the religious clergy has the utmost power over every aspect, be it judiciary, be it administration, be it executive. Right? The clerical class were powerless in Persia. Right? They have got a significant power when the revolution happened in 1979, when the last Shah of Iran was thrown out. Right? So any other point related to that?
Many sections of the clergy in
Yeah,
Qom. Qom is their, religious headquarters.
Would you elaborate on it, please? Like, this is interesting, I think.
Yeah, the city of Qom, it has some of the biggest Shiite mosques and all that. It's a very very holy city. It's probably north of Iran, right? So this place is a center of learning for Shiite scholars. The Ayatollahs, the ulemas, those people. And there are many schools of thought. Many schools of thought even believe that we should not mix religion with politics and this and that. And Ayatollah Khomeini came from the most extreme one. And we know the most extreme one usually wins in situations like this. I am not saying that the Shah of Iran was good. People say Iran, look at Iran, they compare pictures of now and then of Iran.
No. We have to see that he was a Western puppet, right?
Yeah.
He was selling his country's resources to the West.
Yeah, absolutely. People make the mistake of comparing pictures of now and then of Iran. They say, look how liberated they were and all this and that. But that's only Tehran. The rest of Iran looked like Afghanistan during the Shah's rule.
Yeah.
So what happened as a result of people asking for rights, right? That they were asking for ownership of the natural resources of Iran. And then Islamists came into the picture and seized the opportunity right away, like to take control of the country.
Yeah, economy was shattered.
The biggest opportunists were the Islamists who took control of the country at that weakest point.
Yeah, the revolution started with the students. There were leftist factions as well. Those poor buggers. They got the bad end of the deal.
But what did the leftist factions get in Iran? Nothing, right?
Nothing.
Torture, sadness.
There's a saying in Iran, like, the leftists destroyed the country and left.
No, they could not leave.
It is
Ayatollah
not
made them
torture.
permanent guests.
No, I guess, most people tried to get into this European countries.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I mean, because most people move to this Paris.
Think about it. The Shah of Iran was not very good at managing economics.
Yeah.
And then the thing was, the economy was falling, could not do anything about it. But the Shah had grand visions of the Persian Empire. So he threw one of the biggest parties in Iran. One of the biggest. He probably spent 1/10 or 1/100th of the economy on it.
Yeah.
And that was flashpoint for the revolution. All these factors. Shah was never good. And usually how revolutions happen, students start the thing and then the political factions, different powerful factions, there we are seeing what's happening in Bangladesh. Right?
Yeah, I was about to ask the same thing. Like I was asked.
Let's not go into that. It's none of our concern. I don't think so.
Concern. So yeah, like we'll just keep on. Yeah.
So I have a soft heart for this Zoroastrian community, right? So I want to know what is the current status of this of the Zoroastrian community in Iran, because we know that many of the Parsis migrated to India, and one famous Parsi, he has not migrated. Maybe his grandfathers have migrated. Is Ratan Tata, and we are blessed to have him in our country.
Absolutely.
Not an issue. Okay, so want to know what is the current status of Zoroastrians, if any of you are aware.
As far as I know,
Yeah.
do you want to start,
Yeah.
comrade?
Yeah, comrade, let's comrade. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
As far as I know, I think you should answer that. You'll be better off. I mean,
So the thing with the Zoroastrian community is that there are still centers of worship in Iran. All right, but no one is allowed to convert and go back and forth between Islam and Zoroastrianism. So India became one of the, I would say, most influential centers for the preservation of Zoroastrianism. Right, the Parsi community, as we say.
yeah.
The community, came in such a hurry that they do not even have their original, I would say, names. They have their first names. You are going to get names like Cyrus. You are going to get Indianized names like Ratan also, but you are also going to get names like Cyrus and all those. Right. And all the names we see, Dadwala or Tayarwala, all these names are, they are Parsis. And one of the things I'm seeing is they are all immigrating back to the US and connecting with other Zoroastrians from other regions. The biggest community, the most vibrant community is the Indian community, Indian Parsis. And they are communicating with the other people. They are establishing their fire temples in the US, and they are sort of rebuilding their religion. Because when Islam came, a lot of the religious knowledge was lost. The normal people who converted to Islam, they were not really allowed to communicate that religiously with the Zoroastrians that stayed in Iran. They could, but it would be looked at badly. It's like being religious in the USSR, something like that. It's good.
I have a story I want to add. Like, so when Zoroastrians came to India, they wanted refuge in Gujarat. So the king of then Gujarat asked, like, will you be able to stay here? Will you be able to stay here? Like, why would we let you stay? Because you would want to practice your own culture. If you have to stay here, you'll have to follow our customs. So this Zoroastrian guy, or the king of that group, he took a glass of water and he took a handful of sugar, and he said, like, the sugar dissolves in this water, will just dissolve in the Indian culture, just like that.
Yeah, there is a very nice story about this. The king gave the Parsis a glass of water, and the Parsis took some sugar and added to it and gave it back to the king, and said, "This will be our contribution to your civilization.
Exactly.
We are going to sweeten up the civilization for you."
It has proven true, right?
Absolutely.
But it is.
Parsis are contributing a lot to the Indian diaspora, Indian community, Indian economy, be it everything, right?
But they should also rethink their highly orthodox stance. People can get converted to Parsi, to Zoroastrianism, and then if one Zoroastrian parent, one Zoroastrian partner marries someone from another religion, especially women, then they are not seen as Parsis. Right, all these things are there. So that's why they are finding it quite difficult to sustain their religion. That should not be the case for such a beautiful religion like this.
Okay.
Anyway, I
Okay.
think people are going to get bored after this. We are
Okay. We have reached the end of our episode.
Yeah.
Today's episode. It's a
It was
short episode.
interesting,
We
right? It
wanted
was
to.
quite
Yeah.
interesting.
Discussing it.
We just covered up the brief points. So if you want to like us to have a discussion in a longer format, please reach out to us and we will discuss Iran, because Iran's history is like
Huge.
millions of years old, thousands of years old.
Yeah.
So it will take quite some amount of time.
It's linked with India too. So like there are
Yeah.
more nuances to this story.
Okay then, guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Jai Hind.
Thank you,
Jai
everyone.
Hind. Thank you guys. Like,
Jai Hind,
share,
Bharat.
subscribe. You guys use YouTube. You know what to do. Share it. Tell everyone about us. Take time off from your work and promote our channel. And if you can't do any of that, just give a like, put in a comment, and say if you are enjoying this or not.
Again, like, share, subscribe. That is constant. Yeah. Go ahead and do that. Thank you.
Jai Hind.
Thank you.
Yes. Bye bye.
Bye.